We are rolling, and Mike is going downstairs to get one of my favorite people of all time. I've known him for 25 years. We go way back to a little station on Long Island called WBAB. I was doing a little radio show called Opie's Nighttime Attitude, and a local comic came walking through that back door, and we became instant friends. I'm talking about Jim Breuer. And man, do we have a lot to catch up on. He's currently on tour with Metallica. He does a podcast with his wife. What? That's right. Him and Dee do a podcast now. And it's great. It's not necessarily funny. It's those two talking about real life. Talking about being married for, I think, 25 years or close to that. Them talking about raising 3 teenage daughters. Also, the podcast has Jim on the road checking in. It's a really, really good podcast. I enjoy it a lot. I can't wait to talk to him about that as well. I hear his goddamn voice! Jim Breuer!
What's up, buddy? How are you, man?
Where have you been, Hammer? We started already.
Oh, good.
This is what I do.
We're mad.
You could do that. Unless we could turn this off and then we don't have to start yet.
No, start.
I was just doing like a slick intro for you.
I like it.
And I realized as I was doing the slick intro, 25 years, bro.
At least.
25 fucking years. Is this mic on there, Mikey?
I think it is.
Use this one? All right, use that one.
Use that.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
That works. No, I was talking about how we met when I was at WBAB out there on Long Island.
Yeah.
I was just a schmuck trying to get things done, doing a nighttime radio show, and you were pretty local still.
Yeah.
But about to explode.
Yeah, somewhat.
Somewhat. I'm talking about where were you in your career in 1993?
93, just moved back to Long Island from Florida.
Right.
And I came up here and I went, I'm gonna get on television and movies and blah blah blah. And then in 6-7 months,
it all started happening.
yeah,
Right.
I got my first TV show, the Uptown Comedy Club,
Right.
all black show.
Yeah.
And I feel like a child. You can't see this right now, but my chair is literally a foot off the ground.
I'm taking
and Opie's looking at me like a principal, and I'm the kid in detention.
I'm taking this picture.
I'm so sorry. Why did you eat that? I'm sorry. I feel I'm going to be weighed. I'm a fat kid.
You could use that stool over there, Jim Breuer. But anyway, I was doing the intro, and I realized, oh, my God, I've known this guy for 25 years.
Yeah.
And you come in and out of my life, but you're always there for me. It's weird. You're one of those guys like,
Yeah.
I could go a year, 2 years without talking to you, and then we pick up where we were.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
This was good. When I saw it today, I went, Opie?
He's still around?
Nice.
Right.
I thought he left. This is fantastic.
Well, I did leave, and we have a lot to talk about, but I do want to start by asking, how's Dee?
Dee right now is really good.
Yeah.
My wife, for those you don't know, she's stage 4 breast cancer, which means that's it, show's over.
Right.
So she lives on a trial in Philadelphia.
Right.
And right now, everything's good. She's the last one on a trial, but the only major successful one. Half the tumors have completely disappeared.
Right.
And the rest have all shrunk. She has no growing ones So for the time being, everything's really cool, and we live month to month and day to day, and we go, all right, cool. Here's another one. So everything's good so far.
You told me about a year ago. I was in Philly, and all of a sudden, I look at my wife and I'm like, Brewer's calling, and I was excited to talk to you, and all of a sudden you hit me with that news. It fucking floored me, bro.
I know.
It fucking floored me. I was like, I don't know if I said the right things to the guy. Yeah, but for real, I was devastated for you.
Well, it was, it's one of those moments when the doctor looks at you and goes, so there's nothing we could do. Maybe you'll last a year. We have drugs to help you with the pain. And I remember the doctor really said that, and I went, excuse me.
Yeah.
He goes, yes, sir. I went, is there any drugs I can have? He's in Spain.
I don't mean to
and
laugh.
No.
I don't mean to laugh.
And D laughed really hard. I went for the laugh.
Right.
Hey, your wife's going to die. All right, let me find a joke.
Right.
And we both laughed really hard. Doctor didn't think it was funny. Doctor didn't know who I was.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you sick bastard. Gave me a look. And so far, so good. We go to Philly once a month and do the treatment, and so far it's working.
Well, what do you contribute to success so far? And
I think they do by she eats really well. She doesn't drink whatsoever.
right.
So I'm assuming that helps.
Mm-hmm.
And, some will say it's her faith.
Yeah, she's a very faithful
She's
woman.
she's into it. She's more the, I'm spiritual. She's more like, in the Bible it says, yeah, well, I never read it.
I love that you just said that. I have so much to talk to you about, but I was going to ask you, where's your faith at now that you're going
stronger.
through this? Stronger?
Yeah, because I look at life as nothing's deserved. We don't know what we're going into.
Right.
So if it were to end now, I'm so thankful that that's who I got to spend 25 plus years left to protect my ass, to make me go on a journey, have children with me, be my best friend. Some people never have 1 year.
Right.
Some people never get that. I had 25 killer years. Can't thank you enough. I don't know what I did to deserve that. I mean, greatest time of my life. Thank you. I'm more thankful.
And she's been there every step of the way, man.
Yeah,
giving you career
nothing.
advice. I started listening to your podcast.
Did you hear the one we bickered?
Yes, I did.
I wanted to wring her neck.
I know you did, but knowing that
Pissing me
she's
off.
still really going through this, she's got stage 4 breast cancer.
Yeah.
You listen to the podcast where you guys are a married couple. What do you call yourselves?
Warriors.
Warriors.
Marriage
Thank you.
warriors.
Marriage warriors.
Let's dip into 90 seconds of the Jim Breuer podcast, where you can obviously hear why they've lasted 25 years and are still going strong. Get it at Apple Podcast. Here's Dee and Jim working out the small stuff and doing it in a healthy fashion. Take note, gentlemen.
But it was getting heat. But may I just say, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
No. I'm sorry. I started listening to it, and you're going, it's conversational. And I'm like, no, it's not. No, it's not. And when I listened to it, you were conversational, and I was getting extremely defensive.
We have this sign in our house that says, we plan and God laughs, because you're a planner, and I have learned to just sit back and ride with it, because every time I plan, I go into a tornado of hell. So anyway, back to what we were talking about.
I'm sorry.
And I have to say, stop touching the microphone.
Okay, well, I noticed a couple times I had a hard time hearing you. So.
Well, just don't move anything.
Okay.
Anyway, so we wanted to show people that,
We argue. I told
We
them without
argue.
you knowing it. I recapped it, and I said I want people to know that we're not perfect.
no, and it was
But-
getting heated, and I put the kibosh on it, because nobody needs to hear us bickering back and forth like a tennis match. But just to let you know, it did end with Jim went outside for about 10 seconds to regroup and came back in laughing. So I thank you for that, because I would not have been laughing. I would have been like, bye, see ya.
And you would not know that she's battling stage 4 cancer. She is beyond present,
Right.
which we all could learn from, because none of us are present.
No.
None of us are present, living the moment. And she's living the moment still, Jim Breuer.
She is. I had a couple of her family members step up to me like, listen, you have to, reconsider the amount you travel, and, because you come in contact with. I said, listen. I get your concern.
Right.
We don't live that way.
Right.
We can get hit by a car. I'm not going to live. Don't wash your hands 24/7. Don't go near my wife. I can't travel anymore. I may get something on a plane. You can't live like that.
Yeah.
We live it to the fullest. She's spending all my money, which is really pissing me off. She's using this death card just to kill
too
me.
much.
Yes. Right. And we want a new deck. Okay. Yeah, we don't want the best wood in the world. Why?
Right.
It's shipped in from Brazil. What? Why are we doing this?
Right.
And I want a pool house. We're 6 figures now. We just started saving.
No kidding.
God.
Because I heard that on the podcast. I was confused. I've been to your house, and it's like...
Oh, wait till you see. Oh,
it sounds like it should be in a magazine, this house
It
now.
is.
You used to play wiffle ball over here. You used to have a trampoline over here. We would look at the deer every once in a while. It was a nice house, but it wasn't like...
Oh, wait till you see it now. It looks like we're the cover of the Adirondacks magazine. It's
oh my God.
We have this wraparound deck now that goes on for 50 feet, and it's the best wood in the world, and there's the roofs on it. Like, oh. What are we doing? I want to sit out on my deck. Okay.
Right.
And then it's,
Yeah, because
I'd be a billionaire.
Yeah. Well, you were never that guy that I know of.
No.
You lived nice, but you weren't ever over the top with fancy cars and crazy.
No.
You know, you lived.
I got a brand new Honda right now. I'm
there
killing
you
it.
go. Beautiful. But my point is, going back to it, I in the podcast I hear you're not an organized religion guy. She is.
No, whatsoever. None.
I hate organized
Me
religion,
too.
but in recent years I became way more spiritual. And to hear you talk about spirituality in the podcast, like I think you were talking about just sitting on your deck and just taking it in and not worrying about what's on your phone or on the news or this and that. You just sat there before the craziness of raising 3 teenagers and your wife who's sick. You sit out on your deck and just take in the moment and breathe.
Yeah, I do that. I try to do it every single day. I try to take at least 15, 20 minutes, complete silence, no phone. I want to hear. I walk away. I just came off the road.
Right.
So if I can't get it in the hotel, I'll take a walk outside and I'll just find a place.
Right.
It's quiet and I go, hey, man, whatever you want me to do, whatever's supposed to come. Should I call my daughter today? Should I help someone out? What can I do to make life better today? Just put it on me and just make me figure it out because I'm stupid. And then everything's clear and I get answers.
Yeah.
And then we're off to the races.
Do you meditate? Are you that far into it?
I would call it meditation. I wouldn't.
Well, there's a lot of forms of meditation. You know, the traditional where you sit there and focus on your breath and do a mantra.
I don't.
But there's also like
don't do that.
walking the beach and trying to just quiet the mind and listen to the ocean. Yeah,
I'm more that.
That in a lot of ways, that's just as good.
That's me.
That's my happy place, by the way.
I sit beach.
Yeah, and just walk in the beach. But
yeah.
But if I told you what I do,
no, I want to hear it.
I don't know if you're gonna laugh or not.
No, I'm probably right there with you.
I mean, my wife's yoga, meditation, so I'm in. I'm really in and getting deeper and deeper. So I download Oprah Winfrey's Super Soul Sunday, and
I love it.
See, I like this Breuer too.
This is great.
I'm waiting for the first faggot.
No, this is what happens when you have children.
You think?
Absolutely. You're on a deeper, when you have kids, you hit a deeper plane of humanity.
You think?
I know.
Yeah.
It's not I think, I know.
Yeah. You instantly change as a person when you see a kid pop out.
Yes.
Because you're like, where the hell did you just come from? It is the most confusing thing ever. Is it one of the happiest days of my life? Of course, but there were so many unanswered questions.
It's unanswered questions. It's a full-blown new responsibility, and you look back on your life and you go, what the fuck was I doing?
Right.
Am I allowed to curse on here?
Yeah, please do.
What am I supposed to, what were we doing that led up to this? It just seems like such a blur and a waste. Like, what do you, I don't know. Not that I don't have respect for anyone, but like, what do you do? You go to a bar and then you watch a game and you go golfing
right.
and you go out again on Saturday and what do you guys do? Oh, we hang out.
Right.
I did that when I was 12.
I don't regret those days, but
I don't either.
It's hard to remember those days. It's hard to remember my life before my wife came into my life and my kids. And you're
at the balance.
And the guy behind you doesn't want any of that. Well, I think you want the wife, right, Mike?
definitely want the wife.
He does not want to have the kids.
He's not ready for kids. Look at his face. His face says everything. He's got this. He looks like a turtle when it first comes to land, like a baby turtle. It's just like, what am I doing? I live on the land? Do I live in the water? What am I doing? Do I eat leaves? What's going on? Is someone got picking me out? He's got these beady eyes where he's just ready to discover the world.
He's a detective.
Yeah.
NYPD. He's hardcore.
In real life?
Yeah. Yeah, he's seen some shit, this guy.
Oh, he's seen stuff.
Yeah, he's been to the war, man.
Wow.
And just for reference point, he's a old school O&A fan. He goes way back. He knows more about...
You know why I knew that?
How?
Just the way he greeted me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was like, hey, coming this way. All right, he knows. He's like, Mike. So, okay.
I met him, I guess, when he was 16. He's now like upper 30s.
Well, I'll tell you what. I was just in Canada, and I did a whole bunch of places. O&A is still huge.
Yeah, I know it is.
Now, how does that feel?
I don't know.
It's sort of like, now you know how I feel like, SNL. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
I guess I'm happy that we made a difference in people's lives and made their commute a lot better and all, but I'm so past that now.
Now you know how I always feel.
And I heard on your podcast too, like every time I listen to you, I'm like, God damn, we're on the same path, man, this guy. Even though we don't really hang on a regular basis, we're always on the same path.
Yes.
And you were talking about how, you got a newer audience, and you're doing newer things, but then there are so many people out there that never went for the ride with you, and they just know you as Goat Boy from SNL, Dave Chappelle, Half Baked, and that's all the fuck they know. And you wish you could grab those people and move them along with the journey you're on, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm more enthralled by the people that follow me on the journey now. That they excite me more. I'm glad that there's the old people.
Sure.
I love that, but it doesn't. It's like, hey man, I still live in Long Island. Okay.
Yeah.
I've been out there for 30 years. Hey, you still play stickball? No, I'm 50 and I got kids and I drive a Honda. No, I don't play stickball. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I don't play for whom the bell tolls anymore. I don't walk down the street with my 6 double D batteries and my boom box saying priest rules.
Yeah, but it's the same as there are things in our life that brings us right back to a time where we do that for people.
Yes.
So to them, it's like O&A or Jim Breuer. We do that for those people.
Yes. So in that sense,
if I hear stupid Phil Collins, I get very excited because there was a time I loved Genesis and I loved the early stages of his solo career.
I could feel it coming
and we do that for people, and I think that's okay. But I have moved on. I moved on a long fucking time ago.
Well,
man.
clearly, because you're Oprah on Sundays.
Yeah.
What's going on there? What does she do?
Super Soul Sunday. She talks to people from all talks of life about their spirituality.
Really?
And it's really...
I love that.
And it's sort of like my version of going to church. Because for the longest time, I was brought up Catholic, and I turned my back on the church. I was like, these stories are so stupid. And I'm like, and you change the rules every year. So what happens to the people that broke the rules are supposedly in hell, but now it's okay to do this thing? And then it didn't help that the priests were, doing what they were doing.
Correct.
And
it's a hideout.
And it felt like it was a really closed-minded way to look at God in general and I'll say spirituality. I think you live spirituality.
Well,
and the church and organized religion is more of a dogma. And I think a lot of people that go through those doors aren't really learning the lessons. They're like just checking a box. I went to church this week.
Yes.
I'm not saying Dee does that because she lives her faith.
Lives it, but yes, she's lived it more the last couple of years. When she first discovered, it was more like, the Lord says this and the Bible says this. I'm like, yeah, well, I didn't hear that and I live that. So what are you talking about? And she needed to get out of the book. I'm like, listen, it's all right to talk the talk. You're not walking the walk.
Right.
No one cares if you talk the talk.
Right.
It means nothing. You got to start walking and living it.
Right.
And it's...
Where do you guys find common ground between those two? Because they're very different.
We just know. We just know not to go there. I don't
Really?
debate. I'm not in the business of debating. And she made it clear, like, are you trying to ruin my fucking? I'm like, no. We tried a couple times where I look at it this way. If Jesus existed,
I think he existed.
I think he
that part I believe.
I believe he existed.
Yeah.
I have a hard time walking on water and making wine and all that jazz.
Yes.
I think he had a way, and he was the first one, and people are like, oh, this guy's great. And, of course, they're like, he's starting a lot of trouble. This son of a bitch has people growing beards and we can't have it.
Right.
He's a modern-day John Lennon, sir. We're going to have to take this son of a bitch out. He plays a banjo, and they're going crazy.
He's a snowflake.
He's a snowflake. He's a liberal.
He's as liberal as they come. That's why it drives me nuts when these people that love Trump also love their faith.
Listen,
it doesn't really match up.
That's another whole thing.
I know it is because Jesus was as liberal as they come. He wouldn't want Trump building that wall, my friends.
Right. That's another whole thing. That's we can't go there. That's another whole another whole layer of madness.
Right.
That's brainwashing on a whole new level.
Yeah.
So,
ways. Can I say this and then we can move on?
Yeah.
Because we all deal with it. Like families are breaking up, friendships are breaking up because of where you fall politically. It's insane what's going on with that stuff.
That's brainwashing. I never believed in politics.
Same with me.
I've always been screaming the anthem, stop watching the news. And politics you don't need politics. This is part of a civilization that we're born into, which is a slavery on a whole new level.
Right.
It's like we're not going to chain you up. We're going to mentally chain you up.
Right.
And we're going to mentally, okay, you go to school, and this is what you learn, and this is what happened in the 20s, and this is how you speak, and nobody sees it. You take two people talking about politics.
Yeah.
Neither one know what they're talking about. You know what they know what they're talking about? Everything they're watching, the screaming on Fox News, the screaming on the opposite liberal side, that's their argument. They don't know anything besides the jackasses they're watching on TV, which at the end of the day, it's just a competition on how to make you nuts. And everyone's falling for it hook, line, and sinker.
They're just reading.
Which you are too, a little bit.
What part?
I think you're a little more involved than you admit.
I watch a lot of the news, both sides though.
There you go.
And it drives me nuts because I just want the two sides to come together, find the middle ground, and get real things done in this country. And it's never going to happen.
It's never going to happen,
right?
Because they control. It's all a fucking game show.
But you are right. Someone will see something on Fox or MSNBC and just repeat that point all day long in their Facebook postings.
Yeah, they don't know.
And it's
what
like,
they're talking about.
But how do you think about this?
There is no thought process.
Right.
It's the most brilliant way to control society in history.
Yeah.
It's working on a dangerous level.
I agree with you.
I'm more in fear that people are that easily brainwashed and they have no clue if we took the 10, 15 of us, right? And you're a Trump fan and you're an anti-Trump fan and you're a left wing and I'm a right wing and we all just started hanging out. And maybe you'd catch a buzz and start drinking wine.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't even do that. But we're just talking. I guarantee you in 24 hours, we're going to be hanging out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you know this guy he cuts wood. He's a car. He makes it there. This guy makes what? You kidding me? He makes muffin. Yo, your wife's really nut. And then that's how you get things done, which they know. So what's the best way to keep people getting together? You divide and conquer them. You create politics. You create mass media. That's the way to keep everyone from talking and all that jazz.
Bravo.
And yeah, now if I was in the public eye and I was an A-lister, I'd have a bullet in my head right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
The last guy to do that was Kennedy.
Right.
And this tells you the genius of mass control and mass media, which everyone thinks they should believe in journalism. It's all horseshit. What is Kennedy famous for? What's the saying?
I don't know.
Ask not.
Oh, what you could do for your country, but what your country could do for you.
Right.
And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
So they took that sound clip. If you listen to that entire speech, and I encourage everyone to listen to it, he clearly says, which is why he got murdered, there are secret societies in our country that are trying to ruin this great country and divide us. And I'm going to put an end to that. And I went, that's when I'm like, yeah, no, this son of a bitch is going to go.
Wow.
And listen to it. It's empowering. He's talking about we in the world have the no more wars. We have the capability of taking care of one another. And, you know,
right.
When you start getting that big and that following, you're getting taken out.
I think I got the quote wrong, too.
I think everyone does. Ask not what
your country could do for you, but what you can do for your country. I did it the other way. And you also described me, and I want to call myself out. So when I got fired in 2002 for the Sex for Sam thing, I became a massive reader. I was reading like a book a week.
Yeah.
And I started reading all the political books. And I was doing exactly what you said. I would read, like, some book from the left, and then I would be spewing all that in the bar that night.
Right.
And then I would go, you know what, you got to balance this out. So then I would read a book on the right, and then I'd start spewing the opposite point of view pretty much the next week.
Right.
Depending on what book I was reading.
Right.
And I'm like, wow, you're not even a free thinker at this point. You're just saying whatever you're reading to the next person you run into.
And that's what everyone does. They go, no, I gathered the information. And I went to Harvard, and I'm well-educated, and I'm a father, or I'm a mother, and I have my own thoughts. No, you don't.
Yeah.
No, you don't. Trust me, you don't.
It's really too bad. It's too bad to see just the country just fighting tooth and nail. The two sides. It's like it's exhausting to follow. I think we're better than that. I think we're better than that. I think to see these guys down in Washington, they don't even get together on any points anymore. I mean, when we were growing up, they at least would get together on some points, but now it's like right down the middle.
I don't know. I'm so disconnected. I don't even know.
We could certainly move on. But
we could stay. I'm just saying I'm so disconnected. But I'm curious of what is even going on. I don't even know what's going on. So what major thing is going on in life?
The Kavanaugh thing.
What is that?
Supreme
I don't even know
Justice.
What is it?
You really don't. I
swear on my life.
You do not turn on a news program ever.
No, what is it? Seriously, I swear on my kids' lives.
We're picking a new Supreme Court justice, and
why is that?
And they're trying to push him through Kavanaugh.
What about
and and then it comes out last minute that he may have attempted to rape somebody when he was in high school.
Oh God!
You really don't know any of this.
No.
So now they're like, oh fuck, and now they're now they're going back to figuring out if
high school.
Yeah, 30-something years ago.
See, that's
you really don't know this.
No, why should I?
I love you for it.
But that's what I ask people too. Like, you should know why. How's it?
No, you don't. No, I agree with you.
But that's what I ask people.
But my point is that it's really hard to have the mindset you have, because I would love to be like that, but it's so hard because politics is pretty much the number one topic
for
just general people. Like, where do you find your friends? Are they watching the news?
No, listen. Here's the. Listen.
And by the way, I learn from you all the time, so I'm about to get another lesson today.
Listen. I beg everyone, the biggest addiction in the world is having your mind infiltrated 24/7. Think the way you wake up.
Right.
You wake up. When do you feel the best? You said it when you walk on the beach.
First thing in the morning. I'll tell you what I used to do, and I heard you talking about this on your podcast with your wife, and the podcast is really good. I can't wait to start talking about it. Really good. I'll tell you why in a second. Okay. But I used to wake up, and I would go right on my dumb social media. This guy is what, and this is what. I'm like, and then I would turn the news on. Trump, Trump, fuck Trump. Trump's the greatest, blah, 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 right? And then my brain would be just mush. And I finally realized, wake up. put the coffee on, pick a Super Soul Sunday from Oprah Winfrey, but it's about a half hour, and then I walk the beach for a half hour, listen to the whole Super Soul about spirituality and living in the present and what a lot of these people think happens when you die and this and that, and you're not your thoughts and all this fun stuff.
And how does that feel?
It's amazing. And she talks to priests and nuns, by the way, too, that are questioning their own faith and organized religion and just learning about spirituality in general and many different variations of it. And then that ends. And, for a while it was hard not to now, because the podcast is on my phone, to go check all my dumb social media again. I don't. And I take the half-hour walk back, where now I'm just listening to the ocean and quieting the mind.
And all thoughts come into you. Sometimes they'll make you sob.
Sure.
Because you think of something, either someone you lost or something like that. Now, here's what you did is amazing. Now, we as humans, we're now born into a civilization. You wake up, first thing you have is your phone. First thing you do is check your phone. Your mind is already distracted.
Right.
So now you're on social media. Now you're seeing, Trump, and there's anti-Trump. Now you're emotionally involved.
Right.
With nonsense.
Right.
Now you get in your car, you turn on the radio, you're listening to whatever. Now the news hits you. Now if you go and stand in line for breakfast, I refuse to go in a restaurant if they have news on. Why do I have to walk into a restaurant, a bagel store, wait at a gate for an airline, and forced to be watching news? You're forced. Yeah. Why is it blaring? If you check in on any hotel, the first thing you do is you go and blaring, today in the news, I'm trying to have a fucking yogurt. I can't even don't ever turn down my fucking radio again, dude. I don't give a fuck who you detected on. Don't fuck with my mic. I know how to work it.
He's cracking up. Look at him.
And I know he is. And it's infiltrates you 24/7.
Yeah.
And me and my friends used to say the only way to beat, and I call it a war, it's a war in your soul, it's a war in your mind, is to turn it all off. And the minute you turn it off, which is extremely difficult, and you realize how addicting it is.
Thanks for saying that. That's important to the discussion.
You think porn, heroin, blah, blah, blah. Guess what's more addicting? I got to look on my phone. I got to see how many likes I got. Right. And I got to say, this guy called me an asshole. I'm going to fucking look him up on Twitter and fucking see what his picture looks like. And that is overwhelming. Now you're putting your interest in something that's not important in life. You put, how many followers do I have? What did this guy say? What did this person say? Hey, I'm a left-wing fucking guy. I mean, it's all bullshit nonsense that you don't need in your life. Before civilization created all this madness, before we had to go, you got to go to school and you read the Bible and you got to dress this way, humans were extremely spiritual. You go to I've been to Africa. I've spent times with tribes. They're spiritual. They don't have books. They don't have a savior. I'm not saying one came or existed. The Indians.
Yeah, but they have hippos.
They have what?
Hippos.
They do have hippos.
Hippos are scary, man.
We have people that have guns.
I'm kidding.
Hippos are fucking scary. We got hippos. They're walking the street right now, urinating on a building, waiting to fucking take someone out. There's our hippos. There's our rhinos. Our fucking lions.
They got a lot of things that could kill you in Africa, though. Oh, my God. I'm
joking. I know. There's
right.
10 more things that can kill you here.
No kidding.
The food you're eating is going to give you cancer because they process it, because they want to make billions of dollars. So the point is, we're all born with a deep spirituality, but we're forced to not even have time to think about it. We don't teach our kids, we don't teach ourselves silence is the most important thing. A walk in the woods, sit in the back, take a walk, no radio, just give your soul a fucking rest.
Yeah.
And the more you do that, the more you'll start looking at news and you'll start looking at people that talk about news and politics and realize, Jesus Christ, these people are walking zombies. They don't even know what they're talking about. They don't even know what the fuck is going on. They're just fucking walking. They're zombies. And it's scary.
I love this. That's what I'm working toward.
It's hard. It's not easy.
I'm not there yet.
It's not easy.
Because I'm going to hear from people. I'm not there yet.
It's not easy.
But I'm on my way. And the more I put my phone down and spend more time with my kids or my wife or walking the beach or fishing, these are the things I like to do, or biking.
Fishing's huge.
Or I love watching documentaries.
Yes.
I get off after I watch a cool documentary.
Yes.
Please tell me you've seen the Leonard Skinner documentary.
No.
Oh, it's amazing. It's
on
Showtime.
Netflix?
Showtime.
Showtime I'll watch.
It's amazing. But anyway, and there's, I don't know what it is, but you just feel like alive and like, wow, man, this is good. And then, of course, because it's an addiction, all of a sudden, next thing you know, you're back in your phone. And I'm like, no, more not on the phone needs to happen here. So.
And listen, I'm not going to lie to you. I still do it. Don't think for 1 second when I leave here, I'm like, did anyone tweet me and say they liked me in the media today?
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, it's part of what we do, too, because we're in the public eye, and it is important, but it's finding the balance. My dad always said everything in moderation. That always comes back to me. That's the life lesson my dad taught me.
It's true.
Well, that and find something you really like to do because you're going to have to do it for a long time.
Right.
Which was the greatest lesson ever.
It's great advice.
At that point, and I've said this in past podcasts, I knew at that moment, and no offense to people that do it, I was never going to wear a tie. I didn't know what I was going to do, but I was like, I knew that was not for me.
No way.
And my dad supported that. And he was like, yeah, fuck yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
And my mom's like, but what about something to fall back on?
That was my parents. My mom, you gotta go to Nassau Community College. You're very good at accounting. If you don't become an actor, you might become a drug addict, and then you'll never make it.
Right. And I would come home from Geneseo just talking about radio because I started as a freshman, and I would come home and I didn't know how I was going to make money at it or any of that shit. I would just get off talking about doing radio. And my mom's like, that's great, but how are your grades? And what's your
pension?
Yeah. What's your minor? And I'm like, I don't know.
I know.
And my dad would be like, yeah, fuck yeah. My mom would be the total opposite of that.
My dad was that way too. He's like, I never had a chance to do anything. Do it while you're young.
Right.
Do it while you're young. Go after it.
Yeah.
And then when you get older, then you can figure shit out.
And it worked out. And I think it's a dangerous thing to tell to people. And I heard this on your podcast too. We're pretty much on the same page. Having something to fall back on doesn't allow you to totally go for it either.
No.
And I know that's a dangerous thing to tell people because the safe way is to say, yeah, go for your stand-up in your case or radio, but maybe have something in the back of your mind you can fall back on. But I think you can always find something to fall back on if it all falls apart, right?
Always.
So.
Why? If you don't give 100% what you want to do, you're never gonna achieve it. Case closed. And once you rather fail knowing you gave 1,000%, you can live with yourself better.
Yeah.
You're always going to go, shit. But some people don't know how to do that, and some people, I'm convinced, don't have that will.
Mm-hmm.
Some people don't have that desire or that passion to give it all. Some people are very content going, I'm all right with living this way. So I guess it's to each his own.
They're also very, they're scared.
Yeah, it is scary.
That's a human emotion that affects all of us. Fear.
Yeah.
Being scared, right?
Fear is huge.
Fear is, that's where all the hate comes from.
Everything comes from fear. I sense fear in him.
Right.
Fear leads to hate. Hate leads to rage,
right.
Which leads to the dark side.
Yeah. So I was biking by a church the other day, and they had the doors open, and I'm doing the spirituality thing, right, more than anything. But then something hit me, like, you know what? I think I might want to start going back to church, not because I want to fall in line with a organized religion again, but give me even more time to think about other things.
Well, it's interesting because my wife's really she wants to go to church. I can't stand going. But what I discovered was, and I tried telling the kids, I actually, while the guy's talking, If he ever hears this, he's going to be because he knows me and I have beer with him, and I'm like, they bore me to death with, John said, I zone out and I start imagining what I can tell people, and I start getting, it becomes my walk on the beach where I get a pad and I write down thoughts the entire time. The whole time I'm going, oh, wow, I'm going to do this for my daughter and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you know what? I should do this for people. That's a great thing to do. People should think that. So I managed to go, all right, because for her, I don't know why she goes, to be honest with you. She drags the kids. Hey, you need them. And the kids are like, oh, my God, got homework. Why do we do that? Like, dude, why are you forcing them? You're going to force them. They're going to hate it.
Yeah.
Your whole thing is, God, let me try. Why you can't? Whatever. We had different differences.
That's why it's fascinating. Do you guys talk about that on the podcast? I've only listened to.
I'm going to try to prod her a little bit in the next one.
You should, because I think that'd be a fascinating discussion. The podcast, I knew I was going to have you on, so I was like, I got to catch up with Breuer. It's been a little while, so I didn't even realize you were still doing the podcast, to be totally honest with you. And then I found it and went, holy fuck.
Kind of stopped.
And I squeezed out 3 quick episodes just so I could be up on it, and I was instantly hooked.
Nice.
And there's no laughs in it. I mean, I shouldn't say no.
No. There's not a lot. She eats
not
up
a lot of
way
laughs.
Too much time. She eats up. There's times where she tells me off air, people are going to think you're rambling. And I go, D, I've been doing this 30 years. Right. You're fucking rambling.
Right.
No one wants to hear. Some people hear about God and all that. But when you start hitting the 5 to 7 to 10 mark, we're losing them.
Yeah.
We're losing them.
Yeah.
I'm not the rambler. You're the rambler, hon. Trust me on that one.
When did you decide you wanted to do the podcast with D? Because you used to just do it from your mom's basement back in the day.
Yeah.
And then you took some time off, and then I was really surprised to see that you guys are doing it together, and more surprised that it's working, no offense.
Yes. No. Because we talk about
life
and marriage.
Real life.
And relationships. And we said, why don't we just start doing it? Maybe we can help people. Maybe people can, and what not more to be helpful to go on this journey of, she's technically dying. So why not listen to someone that's facing the Reaper, never knows what's going to happen, and yet we're staying strong, and we'll stay strong no matter what happens.
Right.
And we just went, this is... She said, let's do this. I went, all right, let's do it. So we started, and the last one I think I did all by myself because I was on the road, and the last 2 I did like phone calls.
No, I heard you and her on your back deck listening in on your teenage daughters. And then there's times where Dee's like, no one wants to hear this. And I'm like, no, I want to hear more of that.
Me too. I'm like, no, they want to hear it. It makes them feel normal that the kids are driving them nuts in the background. It's freaking hilarious.
Well, you got one daughter in college, second year, I believe, and then you still got 2 in the house.
Yes, one's 11th grade, one's 8th grade.
Right. And one has turned into sort of a hippie chick. And you start talking about it, Dee's like, damn, now you're
the oldest.
Now you're crossing the line.
Yeah,
I'm like,
the oldest one.
No, you're not, because I got a young daughter. I want to know what to expect here.
Yes, and they're jeweling. Oh, dude.
They're what?
Yeah, exactly.
They're what?
Jeweling. It's the new smoking.
Oh, the jewel. Yeah. The vaping.
All the kids jewel.
Your kids are vaping?
All of them. Everyone you think isn't jeweling, and all the parents like, my kids were never. They're jeweling.
The fucking tobacco companies figured it out. We
had
them. We had
them. They figured it out.
They were done.
They
figured it out.
Because, it's only this percent of alcohol and this many toxins, and, it's cotton candy flavored. It's raspberry flavored.
It's lavender.
It's good for you. And, so I pulled them in, so we looked it up. First of all, it's only been on the market for 2 years. So nobody knows the results of this stuff yet. And they proved that nicotine in the jeweling is equivalent to an entire pack of cigarettes.
No.
Oh, yeah. So these meatheads, the tobacco industry figured it out. They figured it out.
They figured out how to get everyone hooked again.
And it's all 12, 13, 14-year-olds. All young teenagers. That's who they're marketing.
They walk around Manhattan. They all got them.
Yeah.
And you have to deal with that as a parent.
Yeah. I'm like, if you're going to do that, I'd rather be smoking pot.
Right.
At least you think about something or
Sure.
laugh and goofy for an hour.
I mean, do you think they're smoking pot?
Oh, hands down, at least 2 or 3 of them.
The 2 out of the 3?
Yeah, I'm not sure if the youngest one tried it yet. She might have.
Can I? Your wife stopped you on the podcast, but
Yeah, go ahead.
can I just
ahead.
you do whatever you want, and that's fine. If you say that you're crossing a line, that's fine.
Yeah.
Because I understand it, but that's where the good stuff comes in, and I guess one of your daughter is pretty much like kind of more of a hippie, and she's a
getting
free
better.
spirit, and
She's getting better.
and she wasn't wearing a
No bra.
Okay, thank you. I wanted you to
She's
look at my-
wearing no bra.
And then you said that you don't want to see.
I don't see your Aola, or whatever it's called.
Yeah, and Dee's like, that's not what it's called. And you're like, I don't care. I don't want to see while I'm
I don't
eating
want to
eggs.
see it while I'm eating eggs in the morning. I don't want to see my daughter's breasts and nipples. And then she's like, well, I feel free. Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
Dad don't want to see it.
Yeah.
And then
It gave me a nightmare.
she's
Because
like,
my daughter's only going to be 6 very soon.
oh, you got a long way to go.
But it gave me a nightmare. It was like it was a preview of some of the things I'm going to have to deal with.
And then she goes to, she's doing better now,
Okay.
a lot better. But when she first came back from college, I was on extreme high alert. I was ready to pull her out, cut the bank, you're done. Oh, my God. If I ordered Chinese food, I was racist.
Yeah. Really?
Oh, I get called racist, sexist. She said, I got no money. I need to get money. I said, hon, a waiter job, bartender job. You're an attractive girl. You would murder. Oh, my God, that's so sexist. What the hell did I just say? I said, you're an attractive girl. That is sexist. No, it's a compliment, you fucking brainwashed wackadoodle. What are they teaching you in college? How to be a fucking whack job?
Oh, my God.
It's sexist. It's sexist for me to say you're attractive and you'd make a lot of money. It's sexist. I made money. I wear a tuxedo. I knew I was killing it.
Right.
Ladies' night. Gonna murder tonight.
Sure.
I'm sexist.
Yeah.
No, I'm fucking realistic.
Right.
How about that?
Some realism in there, right?
I order Chinese food, and when I order, I always go bung dang bang 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 dang dang. Oh my God, you're so racist. Why am I racist? When my mom would bring me to Chinese food, I'd go to House and Chang in Valley Stream, and my favorite thing was walk in, I'd hear that bong dong bong bang bong. So every time I order Chinese food, I do a little dance, and I go bong dong bong bang bang dong. Oh, that's so racist. I went, no. If an Asian cuts me off and I go, oh, don't go, that's hateful. That's racist.
Right.
Okay?
There's a difference.
Just like a black guy when he sees me and he's going, hey, how you doing? Hey, I'm a white guy.
Yeah.
What is it? What?
Yeah. We
Please.
get it. We come from a different generation.
Oh, my God.
And you got to deal with that. There's a
Nonstop.
generation gap.
Yeah, put your bra on and stop telling me I'm racist because I ordered Chinese food and I'm doing the music.
Did you see? Oh, no, you didn't see the article. You don't watch the news.
No.
There was, maybe Mike could pull it up. I thought this was a fake story, but I guess in one of these colleges, they don't serve ice cream anymore.
Why?
Because of the Jewish people that are going to college.
What does the Jewish people got to do with ice cream?
Because it's not
It's not
kosher.
Kosher?
And then I guess it made Muslims feel.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Mike, if you find the article, I read this thing. Being an older gentleman, I'm like, there's no way it's gotten to this point where now they're not serving ice cream in the mess halls because some people have their feelings hurt because they can't have it or something. What's the headline?
University of Washington-Madison students say ice cream marginalizes Muslims and vegans.
Oh, and vegans. I forgot about the vegan angle.
Christ almighty.
Yeah, can you imagine?
Can I? What is it? University of what?
Washington and Madison.
In Madison, Wisconsin?
Yep.
remind me never to go back to fucking Madison, Wisconsin with those jackasses. Let me explain something to everyone. Life is not sensitive.
Yeah.
So when you lose a child, when you lose someone to cancer, someone gets hit by a car, someone's being mean on Twitter, you're gonna bubble each other for your whole life. If anything, you're teaching just the opposite of how to survive in life. Now, you shouldn't be able to walk up to people and go, oh, you're fucking this and you're fucking that. Now it's you're mean.
Yeah.
But when you're at the point where we can't say frog because it's offensive to the Aborigines who believe, then you're fucking out of your skull. You're a Nazi.
Yeah.
You're a Nazi. You're a brainwashed Nazi. And we should march to the University of Washington Madison and fucking picket and call them the R word.
Yeah, I thought it was The Onion. I'm like, oh, that's funny, man. But then it turns out
it's not funny. It's stupid.
No, The Onion makes fun.
Yeah, I know,
of,
but that is
So I thought it wasn't a real article.
Stupidity.
Yes, Mike.
It also discriminates against Muslim, Jews.
How's it discriminate?
Hindus and Buddhist religions because sometimes it contains beef gelatin, an ingredient that makes the treat inaccessible to members of certain faiths and diets.
So then don't eat it.
Yeah, that's
don't eat. Hey, guess what? This food is spicy. So all you dummies where it's going to hurt your belly, don't fucking eat it.
Yeah.
What are we going to ban spicy food?
Best part of the story, they already have ice cream for vegans and stuff.
Yeah.
It doesn't contain the beef. They
And
want
that's
no
fine.
beef involved, yeah.
And that's fine.
Look, it goes back to what I just said a few minutes ago. Like my dad taught me, everything in moderation. You don't want to be that asshole being a dick to people, but you also don't want to go too far the other way because you're not getting these kids ready for real life.
No, colleges have been infiltrated by some bizarre brainwashing agenda. It's frightening.
Yeah.
It's really frightening. If you want to change the world, then let's go.
Does it affect your comedy?
No, I don't touch anything. I talk about what I just said.
Yeah.
The whole PC police.
Yeah.
Like, I grew up talking a certain way. Now I got to deprogram because you changed the rules?
Yeah.
No, that's not on me. That's on you.
Right.
A new generation talks this way. I'm not getting you're going to take my job away because I hurt your feelings
in a comedy club?
Well, let me ask you this. How about you don't work anymore for tweeting out some vicious, nasty, hurtful thing you said over Twitter or Facebook? Now I can go and take your job away?
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Yeah.
I'm a victim.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Yeah.
That's the madness and Nazism of this all.
Well, they're high and mighty. If you do something wrong on Twitter or in real life, they feel like it's their right to make you feel like shit, take your job, your livelihood.
It doesn't even mean if you do something right. They'll attack you just for the sake of attacking.
Well, that's true, too. That's
and
how
so
far it's gotten.
I find the hypocrisy of it all where people are offended by this person tweeted something or this person said something. They go, well, I feel victim. And then they lose their job. They lose their career over something. But yet, the millions of people that'll tweet to me and they'll say something vicious, nasty, dark, they don't know anything about me, well, then they should lose their job.
Yeah.
And they should be, that's it. Now you're out in the street. Now you're banned from life. It's a very... To me, that borderlines Nazism.
Yeah, but they think it's justified, which is ridiculous.
And we need to start fighting back.
Yeah.
I just did.
I was just wondering how it affected your comedy because another thing in your podcast, I guess you were calling from the road, and you were talking to Dee, and one of your daughters was in the car, and you were talking about anorexia.
Oh my God!
And I laughed. I'm like, this is hilarious. And then I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Like, was it your daughter or Dee as well?
13-year-old.
They're like, you can't use that word. You can't.
I just did anorexia.
But you were just.
I'm using it. This is what I said.
Yeah, go ahead.
Me and my 16-year-old and the 19-year-old, they all wanted to lose weight. They want to lose weight.
Yeah.
So I want to lose weight too. I tell you what, I'll bet you all. Let's weigh in. I'll bet you $1,000. 1,000. Whoever loses the most in like 6 weeks.
Yeah.
I said, if I if I was 17 and someone's offering me $1,000, I'd be fucking anorexic for that 6 weeks. Tell you that.
Exactly.
Dad, that is so offensive. That's a real disease. I know it's a disease. It's a fucking joke for $1,000. If I was making fun of, I'm not going to live this way. I'm not going to fucking live this way. It was hilarious what I said.
Of course.
And it was also real. If someone offered me $1,000 and all I got to do is beat them and wait.
Yeah.
And if you look at me, I drink now. Dude, I'm 195 for the last 7 years. I can't drop a pound or two.
Yeah.
And all I got to do is just eat right and drink some shakes for a week.
Yeah.
For $1,000 fucking dollars at the age of 16, 17? Are you out of your fucking mind? Dad, that's offensive. No, you're stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the easiest $1,000 in the world.
The difference is.
Oh, getting all riled up.
The difference is, and I don't think the youth of America understand this.
No.
No. Let me finish this point. So you could take anorexia seriously. Like,
I've seen someone.
One
of my friends had it.
It's a real issue for a lot of people in America. Yeah. Yes, let's acknowledge that and take it seriously. But you could also feel that way and make jokes about it.
Yeah.
And the youth of America, that thought.
You're not allowed to make fun of anything.
It blows their mind because if you make a joke about something like that, you're not taking it seriously.
Right.
And the two are separate.
It's completely separate. They're out of their skulls. That's all right. They're cute.
They're cute. And getting back to your daughter with the no bra, not about that in general, but women walking around these days, I don't think they understand the stuff they're wearing. I don't know if it's if they understand the sexuality of it anymore.
Yeah, and this is the attitude too. I went, listen. You can't go out in public like that. You just can't. She went, why? With an attitude, why? I said, you're going to make people uncomfortable, and that's their problem. I went, all right, if that's your radical way of living, I can't go to Africa. You're in a society. It's common sense. I'm trying to help you. You want to live that way, fine, but don't pull off the whole, don't look at my breast. Well, no, it's a spectacle.
Yeah.
People are not used to looking at that.
Yeah.
To this day, if I see I'll try my best. There's a woman walking down the street with no bra on and her nipples are flaring. You gotta look.
I'm looking.
You're looking. Just like a guy's walking down the street and his donkey's flying and his. I don't look at that. You're so full of it.
Right.
But I haven't seen.
I'm looking. You don't
women.
want to be a pig about it, but you're like, I gotta look at this.
If I drive through a nice neighborhood, I gotta watch my car. I can't be shaded. You're gonna get profiled. My nephew used to live in my neighborhood. You see my neighborhood.
Yeah.
He'd have this little beat up car. He tinted the windows. He wears sunglasses. His hat sideways. I can't believe it pulled me over.
The cops laugh
Yeah,
at that.
I can't believe it pulled me over. No, I can, stupid. You got to blend in. Mm-hmm. You got to blend in.
We get it. Yeah. Can't just assume everything. But how they dress nowadays, I'm like, the women, when we
I would have never
up,
lasted as a teenage boy.
Oh, my God. We would have got something pregnant, right?
I would be banging the snot out of every piece of furniture in my house would have took a whooping.
Yeah.
Whooping. There would not be one surviving sock.
No.
Yoga pants?
Oh, my God.
I don't care what anyone says. Yoga pants is sexual harassment. Case closed.
Judge,
I told D.
I rest my case.
I told D, if you wear, I'm telling you right now, I don't want you to go, well, you need to control yourself. Sorry. It's a mind. I got a visual. If you're going to try to define nature, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
If you're going to wear those yoga pants where I can see every piece of the ass cheek and that, and it goes up and it, Greg, I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to be able to think for a while.
Yeah.
I cannot think.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be horny as shit.
Yeah.
All day until something goes down.
Yeah.
And it always goes down. So, hey, why are you so horny? 'Cause you're wearing yoga pants.
It's as simple as that.
If the guy who does Thor was walking in here with a thong, oh, please do tell me it wouldn't affect you.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah, that's how
Or
it
a
is.
T-shirt. If I was a toolbox
Yeah.
and I got a tight shirt on, showing my pecs and all that, yeah, I could tell when she's horny.
That's where nature begins,
Oh,
right?
let's define nature.
No,
Let's
but
do
that's where nature begins. Like
Yes.
that's what nature
Arousement.
is all about. Like I don't want to piss off anyone in my family, but obviously my kids aren't old enough to be wearing some of this stuff. But I'll have nieces come over, and I'm like,
Camel hoofs.
Am I really looking at half your ass?
I know. Yeah, that's the new thing.
The
The girls
jean-
wear the ass cheeks hanging out.
It's unbelievable.
They wear the ass cheeks hanging out.
We never saw an ass cheek growing
We
up.
would have never survived this era, Ope. We would have been. I can't tell you how many times I had a leaky faucet with tight jeans.
Right.
I would follow an ass up 3 flights to a class I wasn't going to.
Sure.
Just so I can stare at it.
No, they covered up,
Oh.
man. The women were covering up.
Yes.
You never saw cleavage or any of this shit.
No.
Which made it that much better when you finally got
Really
to that.
enjoyed the chocolate opening the wrapper.
Exactly. But
I don't know how they do it nowadays.
I
Now
heard-
they Snapchat.
And
What they do is they go in the bathroom. Don't let your kid in the bathroom with the phone. There's no reason a phone should be in a bathroom. And then they take really long time in the bathroom. Why? Because they're Snapchatting. What they do on there is they show their breasts, they show their thing, and the boys jerk off on the Snapchat. Mm-hmm.
wait, you know this from personal experience without getting too.
From personal experience. And parents have no clue this goes down. No clue.
It's a whole different
Tinder,
world.
everything. They send each other. I'm on the road with someone, and he hooks up. Like when we were up, we had to find someone that knew a girl.
Yeah.
Or like, hey, so and so single. I want you to meet her. We go to a bar.
Yeah.
Somewhere. Now it's just they go on their phone. It's an app. Many apps. Oh, okay. How close are you? Okay. All right, show me a picture. So I'll show you me. I'll show you yours, and that's it. They're hooking up.
That's it. And
It's
that's
that simple.
normal.
That is life now.
And we're accepting that as a society, by the way, because I love that people go, well, when you try to go for a job, it's like everyone's in on it.
Everyone's in
This
on
whole
it.
generation is in on it, so it's gonna be the new norm for them. But I remember when I first figured some of that out. My mic is going weird.
I hear you good, if it helps.
All right, there you go.
Are these bosses? Who are these guys?
That's Tim Sabian.
Oh, my God, Tim.
There you
Jesus
go.
Christ,
Yeah,
look
it's
at you.
It's the only reason I'm over here at Westwood One.
Wow. Check out Sabermeister. Look at him.
He runs this joint, man. We're
Good for
building.
you, Hammer.
We're building a whole new thing, and that's Robert, who's
And there's Robert.
He's
You
very
should take
talented
his shirt
as well.
off. Show us what you got.
You want to take your shirt off,
No,
Tim?
don't do that, Tim. Don't do that, Tim.
All right.
He's going to give me his card.
Yeah, you will. So I remember Instagram, and my nieces had Instagram accounts, and I'm like, that's weird. They don't have a lot of photos, and it's a pretty boring Instagram account. And then
Private.
my wife's like, hey, you idiot. That's their public Instagram.
Correct.
Because they don't want their parents in
Yep.
on what's really going on.
Correct.
And then we found some of their,
Yeah.
and I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
I got a lot to learn before my kids get older.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that?
It's just,
How do you deal with that, Jim Breuer?
it is what it is. You just talk to him as much as you can about
Being smart and responsible.
smart,
and-
respect. You know, are you going to have a guy that respects you
Right.
after this? If this is your first sales pitch,
right.
is your first sales pitch sex? Well, then you can't. There's nowhere to go after that.
Yeah.
And you can't be mad at him if that's what you're selling,
Right.
and that's what he's going for.
Right.
All you can do is talk.
And just hope.
Yeah.
When you
Don't
push
get
them out-
pregnant. Don't get addicted. Don't get arrested.
Right.
That's all it comes down to when they're teenagers.
Right.
That's it.
Well, we did stuff that drove our parents crazy.
Yeah, but we didn't show them, and we were sneaky. At least we had class not to do it in front of them. I would never come home wasted. I would never try to pull one over. I didn't want them hurt or angry. these kids were like, yeah, so last night I was fucked up. This guy came, he had his pants off, was wagging his dog. It was crazy night, Dad. You said you want me to be honest, right? Yeah, no. Honesty's
best policy.
I'd rather know everything. Right. Oh, my God. We snorted some weird shit. I never heard of it. What? Yeah, I don't know what it's called. It's like they put it all together. It comes from Miami. It was great. I was blind for 10 minutes, but it got me high as shit. You want honesty, right? That's the policy. Honesty. As long as we're honest, we're not in trouble. Yeah. No, it's good. That's great.
How do you not have gray hair?
How
do you not have gray hair?
You detach.
And I know you're not dyeing it.
No, I'm not dyeing it.
No, I know you're
I would
not.
never dye my hair.
I don't think you have one gray hair still.
I do. A little bit on the sides.
A little bit is happening?
When D got the cancer, a little bit of
popped up,
tiny little gray on the corners.
Yeah.
But that's it.
But your podcast is a must listen.
Wow,
with
thanks,
D.
man.
I went into it going, all right, because you're one of my favorite comics of all time. Even though we've been friends for a long time and come and go into each other's lives, I consider you one of the best comics that I've ever heard. And I'm like,
you're always a big influence too.
Really?
From day one, you're the one who always said, "You're a storyteller. You're a storyteller. You're a great storyteller. You're the modern-day great storyteller." Dude, you ever think of just doing storytelling? Dude, I mean, no offense to your stand-up, you're storytelling. And by the way, just so you know, if you've never seen me before, this is the way I look all the time. I'm not high. That's when I realized there is a God, and he has a very funny sense of humor. It's like, oh, some people will be born with big noses. Oh, some people will be born in Mississippi. Oh, Jim Breuer, you're gonna look stoned all the time. Oh, that's great. Yeah. And people just judge me the way I look all the time. They're just, oh my God, just look at him. Walking around like that. And what's worse is when I got my kids, because my kids look just like me. You know, walk around, they're like, can we get a hot pretzel, Dad? Nah, let's go for a Cinnabon. But I thank God I got eyes like these. I know people judge. This is how I got the movie Half Baked, because of these eyes. Yeah. Oh, you like that one. You always have pushed that. And the more and more I'm in that world, the more I go, man, Opie pushed that.
Wow.
Hard. Opie always pushed that really hard.
You just made my day.
No, I'm being serious.
But I was scared because I didn't think you were going for it on that level, because there's not a lot of great storytellers out there. I can't think of another storyteller that I would sit through. And every time I see you, sometimes you'll have 3 stories in your set, and I'm like, and no one cares, because within the long form story is so much happening.
Right.
Characters and sub stories and it's. I think you're the best, for real.
Thank you.
Without question, Jim Breuer is the best. And coming up, you'll hear a little more about his podcast and how Dee and Jim celebrated their daughter's 16th birthday, and a lot more. But no spoilers. Go get him, Greg.
Guys, looking to last longer and go a few extra rounds? Want to be confident every time? Well, get BlueChew.com. That's right. Blue Chew has the first ever chewable that brings your performance in the bedroom to another level. Check this out. They've got the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, so they work. Since they're chewable, they'll work faster than a pill, up to twice as fast. You can take them anytime, day or night, even on a full stomach. And this stuff is cheaper than those other two, so this is a no-brainer. And let me let you in on a little secret. I just took a Blue Chew. No. Plus, you don't need to go to the doctor's office or spend time waiting in the pharmacy line, because Blue Chew ships straight to your door in discreet packaging. Here's a great deal for you guys. Visit BlueChew.com and get your first order free when you use promo code Opie. That's right, I just said free. Just pay $5 shipping. Again, that's BlueChew.com, promo code Opie. I think I have to spell blue. 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 BlueChew.com. Promo code Opie.
Opie Radio follow-backs. So let's look out into our magic window and give a great big Opie Radio follow-back to the following. At Greg Weiser 50, at Jay Borden, at E. Ombre, at Bill Aschenbach, at Husker Hater, HUSKR, H8R, at Heatman 30, at Sarah from Buffalo, at Floyd Flashback, at Orion Z DRM, at Coffred 95, COFRED 95. Follow them on Twitter because, like you, they get what we're doing here. And now back with a podcast that's so warm and touching it has no right to be so funny. It's our special guest, Jim Breuer, on Opie Radio.
So I started listening to your podcast going, I can't wait to, have some laughs with my old pal Jim Breuer. And quickly I was like, this is way different, which makes it so fucking cool because people really get to hear another side of you.
And that's what I want. You get the comedy here, you get the comedy there. You want to know my personal life? Then come here, and I'll allow you into the personal life.
Right.
And they are the diehard fans.
Right.
They're the one. They're super. I'd rather you know me on the personal level. Than the big silly.
Yeah, but you're also talking about a lot of stuff everyone can relate to. You know? If you've been married a long time and you have the teenage daughters, and you're on the road checking in, and they're pretty much saying "fuck you, Dad," and you're like, "I miss you," and you're like, "Yeah, whatever. I'm late for this or that." It's real life stuff.
Glad you're into it.
And there's a couple laughs in there, but you're not. That's,
I love when D curses because I sound
rare.
the alarms.
Yes, you do.
Oh, my, Miss I'm Christian just dropped an F-bomb. Let's go to the videotape, see what our listeners get.
Yeah.
So, it's pretty cool. It's loosening her up a bit, too.
You think?
I think so, yeah.
I feel like I'm hearing the person I've known over the years here.
Yeah, but once in a while, you hear her silly side a little bit once in a while in here.
You guys had a... Wow, we went a long time. I'm sorry. I'm probably keeping you at this point. But you guys had a huge fight on your podcast because she has always been there for you with your career and stuff, and she's pushing. And I was listening to you guys fight, and I came home to my wife. I'm like, God damn it, D's just like you. And then you got management that's not doing what they should be doing, and you're providing content, and you're like, why isn't this bigger? And my wife will fucking go for it.
Right.
This is what you needed.
Yes.
It's not the podcast.
Yes.
And I heard that same voice in D.
And she didn't want to air it. I went, no, I'm airing it, and I'll tell you why. We're going to relate to so many people came up to me and go, can I tell you that episode, I'm not in your industry, but my wife's always told me I was supposed to do it, or my husband's supposed to tell me to do it. People relate to it, and then they feel normal.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they're the ones that look out for you 24/7.
Oh, hell yeah.
And that's what drives you nuts.
Yeah, but she was talking about your music album, which I loved, by the way, and the frustration that it didn't totally take off. And you were trying to explain to her it takes a lot of funding, and there's like basically a music mafia out there.
There is.
And to get spins, you got to be paying a lot of money for that to happen.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there relating like, he ain't lying.
That's the way it is.
He ain't fucking lying, man.
That's the way it is. I was told it, and I didn't buy it. I thought, no, I'm with Brian Johnson, and we're going to play a lot of something now. It's not how it goes.
Right. Would you ever think about putting that on Broadway or something?
I tried working out for a while. Maybe down the road. My vision was Rock of Ages.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking Broadway. Because it has that feel, but it's it's family oriented.
Yes. I would have to have. Well, you know what? It's interesting. Now that I'm out with the Metallica crew, and they're a tremendous artistic group, and they're helping me out big time. Like, hey, you should do this, and you should do that. How about we light this? And I'm on. You just inspired me. What I'll do is go, hey, listen, I'm thinking about doing a show, and it's original music, and boom, you need the whole dancers, all that shit, and I'll give it to them and see if it sparks something. But it needs someone to go in with you. Go, right. I will produce this. I will gladly produce this. I get the vision. I got it all. I get the whole 3-dimensional thing, the set, the everything. I get it.
Yeah.
If I don't have that, I'm not trying.
Yeah.
I'm fucking exhausted trying.
Yeah, I understand.
You know, and it was bleeding my stand-up career. It's like I can only do that side project for so long.
Right.
Before I'm like, you know what, I'm done.
Well, it's funny because you're the one putting out all the money. You
Right.
know, because you got a band and you explain on the podcast. God, I'm like a super fan of your podcast already. But but you're like, I got to put these guys in rooms, separate rooms, because they're older guys.
They're gentlemen and a woman.
With family
Yes.
and kids. And they're not going to share rooms like
No.
we're a band just starting out. And you have to soak up all those costs.
Yeah, I got to fly them out. I got to pay for their salaries. I have to pay for them. And I start doing Airbnbs to save money, like 5-bedroom houses.
Wow.
Which turned out pretty cool. But it's a lot of freaking money. And those gigs, I'm not making money because people are not showing up.
Right.
So I'm basically breaking even. So I'm like, how long can you break even for something you're super excited about, but no one's taking the ball and going with it?
But you're still excited to do your stand-up, obviously.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah. And then I learned you're on tour with
Metallica.
How did that come? I know you guys have known each other forever,
Right.
but they called you one day and said, we got an idea?
Yeah. James texted me, and he said, hey, we're thinking about, what would you think of doing some type of opening show? Not so much stand-up, but just creating something for the fans. I went, oh, my God. I would crush that for you. Crush it. He's don't get too excited. His next text was, don't get too excited. Haven't ran it by anyone yet. Then he sent me some ideas. I sent him the ideas back. I think I still have it on my phone.
Yeah, let me hear it.
I'm trying to remember what they were. And then I went out. Oh, so here's how now I sent him ideas. I don't hear back from him. I know he's in Europe and blah, blah, blah. He's a pain in the ass with texting. Any business, he doesn't fucking text back. Drives me nuts. If I text him right now a picture of someone taking a shit or something funny, he'll immediately text back and send me something funny. So about a month and a half goes by. I figured, I guess I'm not getting a gig. His manager calls. He goes, hey, I want to talk to you about this thing James is talking about with you. All right. I got all these ideas. And he goes, yeah. Are you home on Sunday? I want to come to your house. You're going to come to my house in Jersey? Yeah, I'll come to your house. Okay. So he comes to the house. Dee's gone. Kids are gone. I got the house. I got all my fucking ideas ready to go. I'm gonna sell him on this Metallica idea, boy. I want to tour with Metallica. We're gonna do all these things. He comes in. He opens up his laptop. And he's, okay, so here's what we're playing. I know you have one Paramount gig, so we'd have to blow that out if you're up. And then we go all the way to March, 2 weeks on. Are you into doing this?
Yeah.
I went, well, yeah. He goes, great, because we announced this tomorrow. Oh, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, it's on Howard Stern tomorrow. It's on. It's all over the world. We're doing Rolling Stone magazine, and we're gonna he goes, yeah, and here's the announcement. It has your name in it. So we'll figure out what we're doing. Yeah, we'll figure it out. So I would meet with him with ideas that I had in my mind, sketches, videos, and I went to meet Lars, right? And now the manager was like, and we need a DJ. So it's going to be DJ, me for 10 minutes, DJ, me for 15 minutes, DJ, me, 20 minutes, or whatever. So I go meet Lars in San Fran. I fly out. I told him I was out there for something else, but I really was out there just to wrap my head around Lars. He said, dude, why are you out here? I went, I got all this stuff. To be honest with you, I'm here just for you.
Yeah.
He goes, what's up? I went, what? I want to know in your head, what do you see? And he lays down in a chair, like he's so relaxed. He's like, Jim, you've known the band for fucking 30 years or so, and we've been hanging out for 20 years. You, James, vacation, all that. And, we get these bands and nobody fucking comes to see them. It's a real bummer. It's a bummer for the bands. It's a bummer for us. So we started thinking, why not change the dynamic of a show and just do something? What is the big word is experience. And that's what he says, like, the big word is experience.
Right.
Why not do a fan experience? And we don't think there's anyone better than you. He goes, now who you been dealing with? I've been dealing with this guy. And he goes, what's this shit about a DJ and then a fucking you? And he's looking at the paper, DJ, this, and he goes, he crumples it and throws it across the room. He goes, the reason why we're hiring you is because you know how to read a room.
Yeah.
He goes, and here's the most important thing. You don't have to be funny. They're Metallica fans. Tell them the stories of us moshing in the back of your bus. Tell them how you go on vacation with James. Tell them how the time we were on the Metallica Icon the 30. They're going to be into that. He goes, we want a festive atmosphere.
Yeah.
And what? Lars released all my fears, and I wrapped my head around the whole thing. I went, so you want a glorified hype man for the fans?
Yeah.
I can do this.
It's pretty exciting.
This is exciting.
Of course it is.
For me. So, the first show, another reason why I have problems with Madison, Wisconsin, was Madison, Wisconsin. We start the show 6:30. Definitely way too early. I had all these bits. I play videos, and I'm up in the audience. If you can guess that, I'll bring you down the bottom, blah, blah, blah. I go out. I talk for 15 minutes. I was out of there. I have a DJ. DJ's doing great. And I thought we did very well. Metallica's supposed to go on 8:30. Lars made it very specific. I want you on that stage before we go out. It's very important that those 18,000 people, all eyes are on Jim Breuer.
Yeah.
We want this to be something amazing for you. We want those fans to attract, to go to Jim Breuer. Oh my God, I'm so flattered. Well, at 8:25, I'm going to go up and do crowd work. This side versus this side.
Sure.
Metallica's ready, but they want to know you're ready.
Yeah.
So I want this side to say hip, hip, hooray. And
Right.
I don't know, they're a little louder than you guys. Boo. This side. So I'm doing that. It's 8:30. The guy's going, they're not ready. Okay. They're not convinced. Now it's 8:40.
Oh, shit.
And I'm starting to see a couple fingers just violently looking, you fuck yeah, get off the fucking stage. And I'm going, I want to get off the stage.
Yeah.
They want me up here. Now I can't talk. Talking's done. This show, we started 2 hours ago. They don't want to hear anyone talk anymore. The baby, the birth of the child's head is already out.
Right.
We don't want to hear, let's talk about how you're going to be a father. No!
Right.
You made us do the hokey pokey. We spun around.
Right.
We fucking cheered. Get out of here.
You can't go, I have one more story to tell.
Right. Our DJ.
To waste time.
The DJ is on stage. He calls me over. His exact words with deer in it. He goes, dude, we got to get the fuck off the stage. So I go, play a song, man. I'm getting off, but you're playing a song. So he plays a song. I'm not leaving the area, but I'm off the stage, and people are like, the fuck out. I'm trying, dude.
You're right.
I don't want to fucking be here either. And this is all on video. I got it all on video.
I gotta see this.
I think it's on Facebook or whatever. It's all there.
Okay.
And then finally, they go up 20 minutes late. So Madison was so angry with me by the end of the night. I overwhelmed my state. And it was just like, you suck. You're the worst piece of shit. You're this. You fucking should die. Fucking blah, blah, blah. So that night, okay, here's the deal. I'm going to go out. I'm going to do 20 minutes to a half hour of talking stories, blah, blah, blah. That's going to be 7 o'clock. 7:30, I leave. They should never see me again unless it's an amazing time.
Yeah.
So I then go backstage. I got a live cameraman. I go, we're going to find a band member. We're going to go live on the Jumbotron. You, DJ, off the fucking stage. You stay down because you feel stupid. Let's start hitting Instagram. What songs they want to hear? Blah 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 blah. Okay, you now do the giveaways, dude. Madison, I was giving away tickets.
Yeah.
And they're like, you go to the top and bring. Okay, I'm walking through the fucking crowd. I'm like, how do I get to tier 3? Well, I think you gotta take this. Breuer! Fucking Breuer! Dude, let me get a selfie. The fucking beer is.
Go, boy!
I'm sweating my balls off, running up and down. I had the local team to bring out it was fucking out of control. Second show, I'm like, listen, here's what's going down. I go up. You go in the audience. You do the giveaways. You got a mic. We'll put a spotlight on you. You're very funny, interactive. You're doing that. The next time they say me, I'm with a band member. All right? So, hey, he was kind of cool on stage. No, we really fucking love him. He's hanging out with Lars and this guy. The next time they see me is going to be something fun. One night, I crashed a wedding that was right attached to the arena, and I brought the bride and groom on stage, and I made everyone for 30 seconds not be metal and do the first dance, and the entire Metallica 18,000 people sang Dancing Queen by ABBA.
That's awesome.
While the bride and groom danced. And then we got them off and we went to bed. And then I discovered lip syncing. Lip syncing was amazing. So I brought these fans up, diehard fans, and they lip synced. People booing, yaying, who should we get, who won? Fucking great. Then I said, I want to try metal karaoke. That absolutely crushes. So now I go up 15 minutes for Metallica, screens, have all the lyrics, and go, I picked 5 metal karaoke songs, sing along. And it went from War Pigs to Black Sabbath, and they're all like 1 minute long.
Yeah.
War Pigs set, Judas Priest, Got Nothing Coming.
Nice.
Run to the Hills, Iron Maiden, and believe it or not, the biggest, loudest one was Pantera.
Really?
Walk.
Wow.
Dude, I'll show you. Wait, it's got to be on here. I mean, to see women, the women, respect, walk, you talking to me? The whole arena. So now we got a sick party formula. Now we have exactly what Lars wanted and visioned, which was a full-blown party. And wait, is this it? Wait, no. Hold on. Here's just let me. You gotta hear the respect one. The whole arena is singing it. So now we discovered the Metallica pre-party.
That's awesome.
From beginning to end. But you got to hear it. Wait. You got to hear the this is sick. Where is it? Dude, these are chicks. Look at how hopped up this chick is, right? Here we go. Where's my hardcores? Listen how loud they are. Ready?
That's awesome.
And so, see them?
Oh, yeah. No,
the chicks are drinking, the guys are drinking.
It's a better visual. It's hard to feel it on the podcast, but the video's great.
The best thing was by night 3, Madison was, you fucking go to hell, die.
Lord.
By show 3, it was, this is a revolution on how to open concerts. This is awesome.
Not many guys can pull that off like you, though. You have to know the band. You have to fucking do a lot of improv.
And you have to lose your ego a little. Like some people are like, dude, you're a hype man. I go, yeah.
Yeah. Why
and it's
not?
the best time of my life. And I started doing little comedy shows in between and I said, if you got a Metallica ticket, you're allowed to walk in the door. Metallica fans were just and now they see a different side of me.
Right.
They see the stand-up comedy side. And I tell you what, the band has been so generous to me. So good. Look at, there's one, the new video that Lars just posted. And I don't even know if they know this or it's true. But one of the guys that work with them, two of the guys that work with them, came up to me and they went, I don't know if it's the show or it's because you're around. We've never seen them this loose and goofy.
Really?
They are. He goes, normally they're very business. They're intense. We're all on high alert. I don't know if it's this U.S. leg tour. He goes, we did a stadium tour. It wasn't like this. These guys they're goofing. I mean, right before Hetfield went on stage the other night, he comes in the hallway where I'm standing, and he goes, hey, you want to know why farmers' thumbs smell so bad? And he sticks them under his armpits. He goes, I don't know. And then I wish the 18,000 maniacs would have just saw what just went down. And then he laughs at me, and then, you got Lars. You're looking at Lars right here.
Yeah.
Right before he goes on stage, he comes by me. Damn it. He comes by me, and he gives me this huge hug. And it's just, he's loose, he's goose. Here it is. I'll just show you this visual real quick. How the fuck do I play this thing? Here we go. See? Giving a hug. He just, he's walking by. He stops.
Well, I can answer the question. I don't know the band at all, but it's different. You've made it different for those guys.
And I want it, and just like my stand-up, I just be gone.
Right.
The next leg is Philly, which I love. Penn State, Pittsburgh. It's all the areas that Albany. Right. Buffalo, like, oh, you have no clue. You have no clue. We're going to wear you out. Right. We're going to wear you out before Metallica even goes up there. That's my mission.
But how does it work? How many dates have you done?
We only did the first 8 or 10. We have 34 cities, and we go until March.
So you're pretty much on the road with Metallica
until March. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome.
No, that is awesome.
It doesn't suck.
Right.
And Dee's excited, and it's just, and we all know each other. It's a beautiful thing. And
I got to ask you,
part of me gets choked up.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I wonder if James, too, because he knows my situation. He loves Dee. I wonder if that's part of it, too. He's like, dude, I want to help you out.
Wow.
I don't know.
I would say it plays into it.
Which is pretty intense and amazing.
Right.
So I get it drives me nuts when I see even Metallica fans like, you guys suck.
Right.
You guys don't even, you're prima donna, you're there. Like, you have no clue who the real people are.
I only had one Metallica question, but I think you answered it because, the band's been around how many years? Help me out. 30?
37.
Oh, it's even higher than that. 37.
Yeah,
okay.
It's at least 37.
The only question I was going to ask you, but you sort of answered already, was after all these years, do they still have fun on the road, or is it a business, which is okay too? Like, people have a successful business and they understand what it is, and this is what we do. This is my job. That's your job, and we accept this. Or are they still having fun as well?
I'm going to say they're still having fun, and because I see it with my own two eyes. They're giddy, they're fun, and the fact that Lars and James and the band want something for their fans, for everyone to enjoy, before they makes me realize they're in tune. They're still in love with it. There's still a passion, and when you see them play, and this is what blows my mind. I don't think all bands do this. Before every Metallica concert, they go into tune-up room, where nobody's allowed in there except for them, and they play for 35 to 40 minutes.
Really?
They're doing some songs they're going to do that night. They haven't done, but and then I asked James, I said, are you like rehearsing? He went, no. He goes, that is the only world. He goes, I don't know where Lars has been, or Kirk, or Rob. We're all being pulled in different direction. I don't know if they had problems with their wife or his kids, or if they're distracted, or blah. He goes, that room, we need to be connected from the original band that we were before we go on that stage.
Wow.
And he goes, and that is where it's got to happen in there.
Right.
And they've been doing this their whole freaking career, which is so they're already playing for 35, 40 minutes before they even jump on and do another 2 hours plus.
How bad do you want to be in that room for that?
I've been in there.
All right.
The first night I dragged a kid from the crowd. That was the only great thing that I remember about Madison was I was able to take the 17-year-old boy and walk him into that room. He almost started crying.
Sure.
And it was great to see his face, to go into that tune-up room and bring him in there for 10 minutes was the greatest thing in the entire world. So I did take something good away from Madison.
I to change subjects, but we'll start wrapping up here, but I almost forgot to ask you about Billy Joel, AC/DC, Madison Square Garden. I texted you immediately like, what the fuck? Now, I know you've seen a lot, my friend. SNL, and I mean, your career is what it is. I don't have to sit here and explain it to anybody. That has to be pretty close to the coolest thing you've ever done in your life. Being a Long Island kid, growing up on Billy Joel, and you're in Madison Square Garden singing AC/DC, and Billy Joel isn't singing with you. He's your backup.
It didn't suck. Here's what happened.
Please walk me through this a little bit.
My daughter turned 16. I said, what do you want to do for your 16th birthday? I want to see Billy Joel. What? You want to see Billy Joel? Dad, that's like a legend. I saw Paul McCartney. I want to see Billy Joel. Really? Oh, my God. Yeah, I can make that happen. Because, her music is all over the place.
Sure.
Sometimes, mother F, N-word, slap that bitch, shoot gun. Billy fucking Joel. Wow. Okay. So my agent, same agency, says, is there any way I can get 3 tickets for his 50-year anniversary? Because I'm pretty sure his 50-year anniversary, someone's going to show up. Maybe McCartney will show up. Maybe Elton John will pop in. Maybe Bruce Springsteen. Somebody's showing up for that 50th anniversary. That's a biggie. Yeah, no problem. You want a box? No. I want seats. I want to kick it. I'll pay for them. Yeah, no problem. He gets me seats. Great. His boss, now it's the night of the concert. I'm having dinner. My wife and 16-year-old are meeting me right across the street from MSG. We're about to walk in, and I guess Billy Joel's agent texts me, hey, Jim, meet me by whatever corridor. I meet him like, hey, what's going on, man? Thank you.
Yeah.
You want to meet Billy? Who? Yeah, absolutely. So I told my wife, like, oh my God, here we go. Here. I told my daughter, she's like, are we really meeting him? I don't know. We'll see. We walk in the room. He's on a computer. He's down. And the agent walks right up to him. Hey, Billy, I want you to meet Jim Breuer. I want you to say hello to Jim Breuer. Billy Joe doesn't even acknowledge him. Doesn't look up. Keeps and I felt so stupid and awkward.
We've all been there.
And I went, never mind. It's cool. I'm about 15, 20 feet away. I said, don't worry about it. Yeah. We'll do it another time. And the agent goes, no. Billy, I want to introduce you to a friend of mine. And Billy goes, oh, hey. And he leans back in his chair. So now I'm like, oh, God.
Yeah.
I walk up and say, hey, man, I don't want to eat up light time. I know you got to do a show. And I just thank you so much for this. I go, my daughter's 16th birthday. Of all the things she wanted to do, she wanted to come see you in concert. And he looks at her, he goes, you need to get a life, kid. And we laughed. It was funny. I said, this is my 8th time seeing her. He goes, never mind, Dad needs to get a life. And then he goes, I heard you're playing the Paramount. I went, yeah, I love that venue. He goes, I love it. I love downstairs. I went, yeah, I love that place. He goes, I heard you know Brian Johnson. Or no, he says, I heard you do AC/DC. Oh, yeah, I imitate him. I go, I have Brian Johnson, my son. It's a great time. My son. And he goes, my son, yeah. Because that's how he talks. He goes, he came here one time. I go, I know. He's saying "Shook Me All Night Long." I saw it. So, you want to go out and do that tonight?
Holy crap. I just got nervous for you, even though you did this already.
And that's what I did. I went,
holy. Did you almost shit yourself?
I did. I went, I don't,
yeah.
I said, I don't think I'm going to remember the words. Like, I don't know if I'm going to, and he goes, yeah, you know what? We should have had you at sound check. And he looks at like a manager and he goes, you know what? Let's have Jim come. Why don't you come early one day and you work with the band, you hang out with the band, and then we'll do it that night if you're up for that. Are you cool with that? I went, yeah. Yeah, fuck yeah. So now we leave and we go into another room. And in there, I'm meeting all these people and blah, blah, blah. And my wife's in there. It's freezing. We're putting our jackets. And his guitarist, Tommy Burns, comes walking in the room. Long Island guy. Used to see him up at Sirius. Come on the show once in a while. He go, Breuer, you going to do AC/DC tonight or what? I went, Tommy, I'm not going to remember the word. I'm going to freak out. He went, there's monitors all over the stage. There's like 20 monitors, Breuer. You think he can remember all them songs? He goes, we got backup. If you end up on Billy's piano, he's got this big monitor there. It's just, there's lyrics. You're not going to forget the lyrics. I went, he goes, Breuer, it's the 50th anniversary. You don't want to come for the 54th, the 57th, you want to come for the 50th. I said, he was very adamant that I should come for a sound check and meet the band. And he goes, hold on a second. And he leaves. And he comes back and goes, he's fine. Charlie, come here. All right, find out where Breuer's sitting, and then you come get him. Let's see what the songs are doing. We're doing songs. All right, you come on the 10th song right over here, right after this, and then he'll come get you. And, dude, knock it out of the park. You're going to crush it. And he leaves. And before I could think, I was like, what the fuck just happened? So now we're in our seats, and I can't think. He's doing hit at the same time. I'm going, she was a fast machine. She was a Markley. She was a oh my God. Saggy size. That's not saggy size. Saggy eyes. And now I'm going. Oh my God. It's 4 more songs. Oh God.
You can't even enjoy the concert.
No.
At this point.
No. Nothing.
You're just counting songs.
Songs. To what a disaster this is going to be. I don't sing. I didn't do warm-up. When's the last time I sang? What if I can't read the monitors? What if the guy on the monitor is typing too fast and I keep up? What if I can't hear the band? This is bad. This is stupid. This is all over the news tomorrow. It's tweeting everywhere. It's a disaster. All of a sudden, the guy comes. All right, Breuer, come on. You ready? Yeah. Dee, wife, Faith, Lord, she turns to me and she goes, pray and make sure you're doing this for the right reasons. What? As I'm walking away, what is that?
What's your intentions tonight,
What
Jim?
is my, yeah, and that's like, what? What the hell does that mean?
Right.
So now I go behind the stadium, the MSG, and he walks me up behind the stage, and I'm staring at Billy Joel in a spotlight. And he's singing New York State of Mind. I'm in a New York, and the crowd's like crying, oh, God, it's the greatest song ever. And now, I'm going to say it was the first time I was nervous in years. And when I'm nervous, don't talk to me. Don't touch me. Don't talk to me. I get mean. So I'm staring at him going, okay, so I'm just going to walk out. I'm going to say, okay, it's 50-year anniversary. Thank you, Billy Joel. And she was a fast machine. And it so, bro, just what do you think of Mets' new manager this year? I mean, you think we got a good spring training? You got to sign back Cespedes and all that? You feeling good about the... Okay, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Bro, what are you looking at? Yeah, bro, you look all nervous. Look at your bro, he's tense. Shut the fuck up. He goes, are you nervous? Oh, trust me. Who was nervous? Who was the pop star that was here? Miley Cyrus, she was nervous. She had to do 2 songs. She said, you don't understand. I'm singing with a legend. I'm like, you're not helping. So now all of a sudden I go, when's it? You go, oh, you'll know when he brings you up. Okay. Billy Joe walks to the mic. So, and you can see this all on YouTube. He goes, so I got a special guest tonight.
We're going to bring on a guest.
I went, oh no.
You probably don't know him as a singer.
They're going to be so disappointed. The cameras go up. This is why I came. They think Springsteen's coming out. They think, they're all like, oh my God, the 50-year anniversary. This is it. Oh my God, this is where I didn't think about the special guest part. They're going to hate me. And he goes, he's not known as a singer. Huh? What?
People are starting to look around.
Yeah, they're looking around, and he goes, you may know him as Goat Boy. Goat Boy! Goat Boy!
Again.
This is what it comes down to.
You might know him as the Goat Boy from Saturday Night Live.
And then he goes, he goes, we tried this song. This is a tough song he's going to try. This is a tough song. He goes, we tried this song, right? We tried this. This is a really tough song. Please help me welcome Jim Breuer. See if he pull this off.
Holy shit.
Let's see if you can pull this off. Please welcome Mr. Jim Breuer.
Grabs guitar. Goes, I was going to come out and say, Billy, thank you so much. 50-year anniversary. I'd like to say hello to my wife, 25 years, my daughter's 16th birthday. All that went out the window. He went, I walked out. The crowd went bonkers. I mean, bonkers. I became Brian Johnson of AC/DC. Now, when you watch the video, I look like a rock star.
Yeah, you do.
I squat down in the front, right in the women's faces. They're rocking to me. And as I'm squatting down in my rock star stance and I'm pointing to women, I'm really not Ope. Watch it again. I'm reading the monitors. I'm planning right in front of the monitor going, you're on the fast machine. Come to Murdoch Clean. And then when I knew it was the chorus and I got up like I knew what they were singing. And then when the next verse hit, I planted right back down in front of a monitor again. So, and it felt so good to the point where I looked down like, if you want to do another one, I'm up for it. I think you usually do Highway to Hell. I'm up for that one if you want to keep going. You guys want to hear another one?
Oh, my God.
Billy, you know Highway. You guys want another one? I think you do. And as high as I was as that moment, the next day, it's, come on, Dad, we're late for school. We're quite alone. Jim, put a sticker on the garbage. The garbage men are coming here, and you got to, all right, I'm taking the garbage out. It's over.
Yeah.
It's no.
I was going to ask you what your daughter thought.
Well,
what did she think in the moment?
That was during the day. She was kind of in shock and awe after it. Because now the phone, bling, 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 Twitter, bling, 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 bling. That Saturday, it was just me and her, and we're cooking together. We played Dean Martin, all that, and we cooked together. She goes, Dad, I'm not going to lie to you. I was so freaked out that you were going to go on stage with Billy Joe. I said, Dad, that's legend. That's legend, Dad. I went, you were freaked out. How do you think I felt? She went, no. You didn't have to go to school the next day. I went, oh, my God, even think of that. She went, yeah. Now, I got a lot of new friends, a lot of new fake friends, but it would have been bad if that sucked. She goes, I was not looking forward the next day if that sucked. And that's something I never even thought about.
Yeah, that's
but
fascinating.
that's, at the end of the day,
Yeah.
how everyone thinks I rehearsed it and I sat down. That's exactly how it went
That
down.
is a great story.
It's true. Isn't that sick?
It's amazing.
It's sick.
It's amazing.
You watch the video, you'll see me. I'm squatting right
I'm
over
gonna
a
watch
monitor.
it again.
Right over a monitor. And when I'm putting my head down,
Yeah.
I'm reading it.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
You can't tell, but you needed to be anchored. That was your security blanket.
That's my security blanket.
Bro, it's not gonna get better than that. That was just amazing. You're good, bro.
Wow, dude, we did 2
I think
hour
we did.
and a half, hour 40.
How long are we up to?
Hour 40. I was up
Hour
here at
40?
noon. Yeah.
No, we're good. We're not gonna beat that. Oh,
Nah.
what are you promoting? So you're still you're still doing the Paramount.
They just announced the Final 4.
And it's a Metallica show, right?
The October is a Metallica theme show. I'm going to tell Metallica stories. I'm going to band. I'm going to do my regular stand-up, 45-minute, 50-minute stand-up. And then we'll do, like, Metallica stories and how I know them and stuff like that. So
Very
it's
cool.
Metallica theme because I opened the door to pre-sale to Metallica fans.
So cool.
And then November, December, January, February, it's the Final 4, and all 4 shows are going on sale. So people could buy whatever holidays.
I'll be at one of those.
Cool.
Can't
I look
wait.
forward to it.
And what else? Patreon? What do you
Love Patreon.
Yeah. I haven't dipped yet.
Dude, I'm filming all Metallica's allowed me to film all the behind the scenes, and we film everything. So it's a weekly episode of me on the road. A lot. It's all Metallica tour and my comedy tour all mixed together. We're up to
Who the fuck wouldn't sign up for that? That's amazing.
People are signing. It's pretty
for
cool.
you.
It's real. If you watch it though, I've seen Patreon. A lot of times just podcast.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I feel like I'm overachieving. I put on a weekly, like, professional series.
Right.
It looks like a 5-camera shoot and editing. It's not.
Well, I've always been a fan of your videos too. On top of it, I think you should go
remember.
back.
I am.
Are you going back?
Oh,
to
I'm
that?
doing that.
The
characters, the Christmas.
The characters where Breuer like films all around his town.
Yeah.
And he plays all the characters. I'm
gonna do that again.
Oh, good. You should.
Now I
It's
can do it on
great.
Patreon.
How do they get to your Patreon?
I guess go to officialJimBreuer.com, or if Patreon has their own page,
Okay.
I guess it's on there. Just look up Jim Breuer.
You know, we'll give you a nice plug in the description of this podcast, so it'll all be right there for everybody.
Killer.
And Dee's all right.
Everyone's good.
Everything's good for now.
Yeah, she's going to say hello, especially after finding out I was with you.
Oh, good. Yeah.
She just called, too, so she's probably like, what's going on?
Tell her I love her on the podcast.
I will. I will.
All right. My pal, my friend for 25
Yeah, man.
fucking
You always
years.
been very good to me. Good
Breuer.
friend, too. I had great off cameras,
Well,
off microphone talks with each other.
Well,
We've
you
become
gave me
good
some of the
friends.
best advice.
Same here.
I mean,
I know.
And then I think back to the days of you just being high in your. I say it every time I see you, but I would be wandering the earth when I got fired in 2002, and Jim Breuer was also wandering in his own.
Oh, yeah.
In his own mind. And
Oh, yeah.
I remember one time I was like crossing the Canadian border or something, and I get a phone call from you, and you're like, "Dude, what are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm crossing the Canadian border. I think I was going to the Montreal Comedy Festival or something."
Yep.
And I'm like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm in the woods." I'm like, and I'm watching Dee. She's washing dishes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Like, how did I get here?
You would get high and just hang
and
out
I'd
in the
hang
woods.
out in the woods. I loved it.
And then you would just watch your wife as she's cleaning dishes.
I just look at the house and watch the shadows and listen to the trees and the screech owls and the deers walking.
You don't get high anymore, right?
No, I want
I
to.
dipped.
Though.
I dipped back in.
I want to badly.
Really? A little dipping. I dip a little bit.
We'll talk when we're done.
And I'm going to tell you the best advice you ever gave me, but I didn't take it.
Which one?
When I was miserable back in the day, we don't have to go too deep in this shit.
Yeah.
I was miserable, and you were one of the guys I relied on and leaned on. And I would come home to my wife, my now wife, and go, "Man, he don't want to hear this shit," because I needed to talk to somebody.
Yeah.
Because that whole O&A
Yep.
universe was insane,
Yep.
and we lasted 20 years, and that's a great run. But
Yep.
too much was happening, and it was toxic, and we were all growing in different directions and all that. And I would look at you for advice, and you would go, "Just quit."
Yeah.
And I'm like,
You got the money.
I'm like, you can't quit O and A. And then you told me a story about SNL where you were fucking miserable. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Miserable.
And you were in the same boat as me and said, but it's SNL. And she's like, just fucking quit.
You're miserable.
Right.
You're smoking pot.
Right.
You're fucking numbing yourself.
Right.
You said I would never stay in a job as long as I was miserable. Well, look at you.
Right.
I was like, jeez, right. Fucking, you can't leave SNL. She's like, yeah, you can.
Yeah.
It was amazing. So there you go.
I didn't understand at the time. And to be completely honest with you, I didn't take your advice at the time, but it was always in the back of my head. Like,
I know.
When this is over, I will be just fine.
And look at you, you're just fine.
And I'm just fine.
And here we are reconnecting again.
Again. My pal, Jim
I love you,
Breuer.
man.
No, I love you. I wanted to say it first, you fuck.
I beat you.
Joey, take it away. The great Jim Breuer.
That was awesome.
Awesome, my friend, is an understatement. As Gregg said earlier, we'll leave you links to Jim's official webpage and the podcast he does with his amazing wife, Dee. Sincere love and light go out to the entire Breuer family. On behalf of myself and Westwood One Podcast Network, thank you for being our guest, Jim, on what might be the most insightful episode of OpieRadio so far. So, loyal listener, don't forget to leave a comment about this episode at Apple Podcasts or on social media. Support Jim Breuer whenever he's performing live in your town, or go to his webpage and buy something. And if you have anything left over after that, visit OpieRadio.com for hats or shirts, and an on-demand stream of this podcast channel. Joey Salvia here, and once again, thanks for coming along for the ride at OpieRadio.
The Westwood One Podcast Network. Rock Talk with Mitch LaFon.
This week on Westwood One's Rock Talk with Mitch LaFon, former Scorpions drummer James Kotak talks about the 30th anniversary of Kingdom Come. We've also got Simple Minds' Jim Kerr and Frank Zappa's son Amit Zappa, so don't you forget about me.
Rock Talk with Mitch LaFon. Download and subscribe at Apple Podcasts, Google Play, and the Westwood One Podcast app. Free from the Westwood One Podcast Network.